Oh, sorry about that.
Is it working better now?
The connection seems stronger, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, my computer's just getting old. I gotta get some new parts soon.
Nice.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, hi.
There we go. Boys are back in time.
So, remember where you were?
Yes.
There's a big old machine like stretching into the sky, all leading to this urn that's dripping out stuff in a shallow pool that's very wide. And in this wide pool, there's this huge 50-foot statue of two women fighting each other. One done in opalescent blue black, one done in a flawless, sparkling white stone.
And white stone's Kamehamehaing black stone, which is spearing white.
Yeah.
Cool. Jesus.
Does it look like we can ascend the mechanical tower?
Not really.
Out of character, I watched 8 hours of OSHA videos today, so please don't get your fingers stuck in any moving parts.
Oh, Jesus. Why'd you have to watch 8 hours of it?
I have to get there's like a 10-hour and like a 30-hour, like 2 different courses, so I have to get my 10-hour done. It's like a certification you get like every 10 years or something.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
They show you a lot of graphic shit.
Yeah, I bet. Like, is it real or is it all just like...
I assume most of it's real. It's all images. It's no video or anything. But I spent a lot of the day watching the video with my hand covering up a good third of the screen.
Oh my God, I bet. Yeah, I don't plan on it. I think the worst that can happen to me is like a bass string probably breaks and like whips at my jugular.
Apparently, like, electrocution is a lot more common than you think. So.
Oh God. I know Dave's electrocuted himself at a gig once.
Yep.
It was raining and he was trying to plug something in. He just went...
Yep. It's no
Whoa.
joke.
Jeez.
Oh my God. Yeah, and a lot of those setups are not very safety conscious.
God, I bet. Especially in those bars.
Yeah.
You know, in the 50s, they trained singers not to ever touch the microphone with their lips.
Yep.
Because if they had a static discharge, that discharge would go through the microphone, through their lips, and stop their heart.
Yep. It's pretty
Fucking
wild.
crazy.
Wow.
They didn't use any.
Amy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say they didn't have any they didn't use as many ground wiring systems. So if
Yeah, there was none. It was just like
Yeah.
the plugs.
You're
like,
dead.
Around, right? God, it's terrifying. Oh no, that's wasn't it. It's only if you were playing electric guitar and singing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you could like stop your heart because you were touching all of, like the electrical wires on your guitar and the microphone at the same time.
Yep. Cause a short circuit.
Ugh. Anyway, you guys are at a giant statue.
Can I do a perception check?
Sure.
Natural 20.
It's kind of hard to see, just because I mean the statue is fucking glorious. It's one of the most intricate, amazing pieces of art you've ever seen. It looks to be all one piece of stone, or two pieces, one black, one white, and it's just like holds your attention. You can't not stare at it because every square inch that you stare at has detail that you wouldn't have expected. However, everybody is just like sitting there gawking at the statue. Quincy does see a little bit of movement near the machinery. On the steps that lead out of the pool to the urn, there seems to be a ladder about 15 feet up, and there is a figure on that ladder that seems to be working on the machinery.
Can I see how large it is?
Large the figure is?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a natural 20. She seems maybe to be 5 feet tall. It's definitely a feminine figure, although squat.
Okay. Guys, there's a lady over there. I don't want to spook her, so I'm just gonna walk over cautiously.
You want to like say hi, or should we like start like humming or something?
I'll say hi. Excuse me. Hello.
You walk out, you hear your voice kind of echo through the garden. Now you can hear like some banging as you get closer. You see this woman. She's squat, like plump. She looks to be like middle, like a little bit beyond middle age. Yeah, she kind of looks, glares down. She goes, "Hi, hello."
Hello. What? Are you? You frequent this place often?
Ballstar
Yeah,
laughs in game.
You hear her visibly sigh. She's got some sort of like tool in her hand. She climbs down the ladder. It takes her a while. She's grunting. She gets down to the ladder and drops a heavy tool into the bag. Turns around. You can see her hair is curly, although struck with silver. She's kind of fat, but it's not like due to like laziness. You can see like she's sitting there with like this glare in her eyes. She's got her arms crossed over her like ample chest. She's got these huge broad shoulders and these forearms the size of cannons. And she looks like a human lady. She goes, yeah, I've been here before. What can I help you with?
Well, to be honest, we're looking to get in contact with Selune.
She smiles a bit. Her eyes still are super stern. You can see just like this little bit of a playful grin on her face. She's just wearing like a white like dress, but over that dress is like this really tough, heavy apron. Like not an apron for cooking and cleaning, like an apron that you'd use to like blacksmith in, or like clear out of like particularly dangerous like bushes of thorns or like poison ivy or something. I'm sorry, what? You're looking to talk to Selune, the god of the moon. The god of the moon. Her?
Yep.
She points to the statue.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, well, I think you're a little bit early.
How early?
I don't know. She gets here when she gets here.
Was he talking like a week or like hours?
Well, they said time's weird, right?
Yeah, look, I cannot presume to know when she's gonna arrive. So,
have you seen her before?
a couple times.
Is this like
Are
your job?
you Selune?
What?
Are you Selune?
She kind of looks down her like squat body, and then she like looks up at the statue. Do I look like a goddess of the moon?
Did you come here from the stairs? Like we came here last time?
No, I work here.
Do you just
Supposed
like
to keep this infernal piece of shit up and running.
what is it that this machine? What is it that it does? What is it that it does?
Balstar nods emphatically.
She goes, oh, what is it that it does? What is it is a very complex, observable, like, observation tower / it distills moonlight and starlight into a physical substance. She reaches down into the pool and she picks it up. And it's just this glowing white. She pours it out. It's real good for the skin. Look, I'm not going to be able to give you any answers. So you just wait. Selune, I guess, will be here if she's waiting for you. So
Is this the
just take a seat.
is this the spot? That,
Is this moon liquid available for the taking? I would like
No,
no. I just
don't fucking take it.
uh,
She points this like ridiculously large, like heavy wrench thing at you. She goes, and if I see you take one, I'm gonna knock you upside the head with this. You understand?
but I could really use it.
Oh, but you really could. But if you take it, I'm gonna hit you with this fucking wrench.
So that's like definitely don't eat it, right?
You can certainly try. And tell me if you do, because I'll be here watching.
What about applying some to my skin, but not actually taking any with me?
Fuck it, do it. I don't care. She turns around and she begins to move the ladder.
I liberally apply moonlight to my skin.
It feels good. It's like slightly warm water.
Can I smell it?
Sure, it doesn't really smell like anything.
I lick it. Little dab.
It tastes like clear. It's cold, like minty, and this strange taste that's not bitter, it's not sweet, it's not savory. It's just like this like water almost, but like it kind of chills your whole tongue. Your breath is fantastic.
Don't we have something that smells really, really bad? That's like cursed.
The fire cloak, right? The
oh,
fire resist cloak.
Does it smell
I
like
forgot
BO?
about that.
No, it just smells like dead dwarf.
Oh, okay.
Gonna give that a little wash.
Yeah. Sure.
This is really like disrespectful, I think. Can we wash our dead guy cloak in your moon juice?
She's like setting up the ladder, and you just see like she's not facing you. She just like you see her form, just like.
That's a crazy thing to ask, right? I meant it like rhetorically. I want you to say no so we can just clearly.
What do you think the answer is?
It's no, right?
She turns around and looks at you with those like piercing blue eyes. It's almost like an ant has caught you like stealing a pie. Like it's just this instinctive glare that you just like kind of freeze. You're like, oh no. It feels like that. And she just glares at you with like this fucking like matron-y glare that you remember. I guess Balser doesn't have a mom, but it's a glare that kind of stops you in your tracks. You're like, she doesn't say anything. She just glares.
Just lean over to Ballstar and say, "It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission."
I don't
I've
think.
got one last question, madame.
She begins climbing the ladder. She has another set of tools.
What is the use of this liquid?
If I begun to explain it to you, we would be here for hours. I only have I have 30 minutes till the end of my shift. I just want to get out of here.
Is someone
So,
is someone else coming after you're done?
well, fucking Selune, right? That's what you said.
No, I mean, are you the only one that works here?
Yeah, I'm the only one. Nobody hires anybody else to fix this fucking machine.
She is the one. Selune.
I need some moon juice for the Luna fruits.
He's doing a cleanse.
I don't care. Don't fucking take any of this.
Damn it.
And if I see you, she turns around, gives you the same glare, it just like stops you in your tracks. She points this like screwdriver wrench thing at you. I'm gonna hit you with this. That's the last time I'm gonna say it.
You're not very nice.
Yeah, I'm not paid to be nice. She turns around and begins climbing the ladder.
Well, I guess we just gotta pass the time. I take out my bagpipes.
Start playing.
Yeah.
Are you actually good at the bagpipes?
No.
He's
Are you
learning.
playing just to be like obnoxious?
No, I'm learning.
Roll a performance check for me.
Wow, that's not bad. 16.
Wow. I think Quincy's been practicing bagpipes. You play like a couple songs that you actually know. Like, how long do you play the bagpipes for?
I don't know.
We've been adventuring for at least what?
Oh, how long have I been playing the bagpipes?
Yeah, how long are you gonna play the bagpipes?
Oh, right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like 25 minutes.
Quincy's actually pretty adept at bagpipes. I don't know if it doesn't really bother anybody else. They're loud, for sure. But Quincy's like learned a couple of like dwarven drinking songs. Oddly enough, as Quincy's playing, you begin playing one like drinking song. The lady is like she's like going through her tool bag. As you're playing, you begin playing one song. Like she looks fucking pissed for the first song. You've been playing the second. She switched into a tool bag. And you play this jaunty drinking song. She kind of like perks up, and she starts singing the lyrics along with you.
Hell yeah.
She gets super boisterous. Like she begins like splashing through the pool, like clumsy. But she's like, and if you don't take another drink, you have a one for me. Ah!
Imagine like Leanne.
Yeah.
Terrence wants to skip through the pool and like try to do-si-do or arm in arm.
Oh fuck yeah, she gets into it. You take one step in the pool, but as she sees that you're getting ready to do-si-do, she softens a bit, and you come up and you like link arms, you do-si-do, and she begins like trying to like sing the lyrics at a speed that you can both sing at the same time. Eventually, Quincy stops the song, and she's just sitting there out of breath. And she's like hands on her knees, and she grasps Terrence by the arm, like a firm handshake. He goes, "What's your name, kid?"
I am Terrence Trotterbottom.
Terrence, if you're not a dancer, I don't know what else you could be. You're beautiful. She gives you a kiss on the cheek.
You should see me two-step.
I might have to. And you, she points at Quincy.
Oh.
She goes, "You beautiful bastard." She like trots through the shallow pool of the starlight. And she kind of exits. She's just got like starlight dripping from like the hem of her dress and her apron. She kind of wrings it out a bit. She comes up to Quincy, and in a weird show of affection, she puts her hands out and she places her hands on your cheek. And she goes, "You, Quincy, My beautiful boy.
What did I do?
I'm gonna be real with you. You got a bad lot there for a bit, kid. I know it broke bad for a sec, but I know good old Helmet up there was real pissed at you. But you pulled through. She kind of squeezes your cheeks.
Aha! I knew it was you!
Because you pulled through. I was watching. You're telling me a bit impressed. The kind of lycanthropy you handled is particularly, nasty. Good on you.
How,
She, gives you the little squeeze.
Wait, hold up. Are you...
No, not exactly. You guys are no fun. I just try to have a little amusement, and you all don't even really bother to play along. You have to play your fucking tunes, get me all riled up. Yeah, that's right, it's me. I'm the all-powerful goddess of light and the darkness, the lady of sorrow, the unreachable tower, the shining beacon of the night called, the one who guides and the one who hides. Selune. She kind of looks back at the impressive statue and then back at everybody else. She goes, "Try not to look so disappointed." I'm not too into the ceremony and theater as of late, but I'm busy. I know you're what you're here for. Let's make this quick.
I bow down as soon as she ended.
No, fuck you.
What?
If you want to take a seat, go take a seat on that bench. You can do something. I don't know, put your feet in the water. I don't care.
Oh, okay. I do that.
I crisscross applesauce in the moon juice.
Okay. It's cool and refreshing, like mouthwash.
Right in my zone.
It's a little uncomfortable at first.
Right on my peepus.
She kind of hikes her skirt up a little bit, and if you guys are all sitting in the corner in the moonlight pool, she stands in front of you, hands behind her back. Again, you can see just forearms the size of cannons. She's fat, but it's not from laziness. She's been working. It looks like for a long, long time.
We have some questions to ask you.
I know. We can go through all that in a second, but I just want to say I've been watching you guys for a while, and I think you're good guys. Helm's a piece of shit. You know that, right?
What? No, what do you mean?
He sucks.
What? Why does he suck?
He took away your powers because you were infected by some sort of disease.
But I don't know. Goes against what he's all about.
I know.
I killed some people.
You killed people, but look, just so you know, I think Helm's an asshole.
That's fair. But now I'm in a better position to protect people.
I agree. You're a beautiful boy. All of you beautiful boys. Except Alan, your whole contract thing gives me the willies.
You might be able to do something.
Am I okay? I'm okay, though?
Hey, you're okay.
I mean...
I've seen better wizards.
Oh.
Crushed.
I hope to use this power I've acquired for the good.
Hell yeah. Hey, Quincy, does this mean you gotta worship her too? She's cool.
I mean,
Because you do
maybe,
God
yeah,
stuff.
I mean, the moon is kind of a big thing for me now.
Yeah?
You should ask her out.
She's a god.
Not to not romantically, but how you did with Helm.
Well, it doesn't... I don't really care about, offerings and prayers and all that. I see you. I am literally, parts of me are goddesses of good aligned lycanthropy. You happen to fall in that category. I trust Quincy. I think he'll do the right thing. The rest of you are pretty good. Terrence, you're skirting that line, bud.
Yes, it's been a questionable project, but they've certainly done with the best of intentions.
That's fine. You're not mine, so I think you can do good. I see you. I see all of you. Generally, you're okay. She kind of leans in. Where's that piece of shit halfling?
He's been doing his own thing for a little bit.
He's one of my boys too. Those that skulk in the night tend to, pray to me at some points, but he's not very good, but he's fucking hilarious.
It's pretty entertaining.
Yes.
Generally, I guess I'm on their side. So, I mean, we're here to do something. We can shoot the shit for forever. But if you want to ask a question, if you want to go through the pomp and circumstance, we can go through it.
Oh, well, we had like a whole like strict idea of what we were gonna ask you. If you're like really intimidating and like unapproachable, but we're
Hey, I'm fucking intimidating. Hold on. She goes up. She brings up another wrench. She goes, I'm fucking intimidating.
yeah, but like in a different way. Whereas like you, I think like I have a very good idea of what you're like saying, as opposed to like this other stuff where I can't explain it. Anyway, I had an idea. You know what I'm all about? Like making like winter people mad. Apparently, that's all I do.
Wiener people.
Winter wiener people. Well, that was that one time where I went out with only my wiener out to go find that like winter queen, and then she, I guess, found me. So maybe it was because my wiener was out.
What are you gonna do about your daughter, Ballstar? Look, I'm just curious. Like, this isn't an official question. I'm just curious.
That's just hard for me to comprehend because like this whole thing with planes. Like, I get there's the Feywild, there's the Beastwild, there's like our whole like material plane or whatever, but like I conceptually, like, it's hard for me to understand that there's like different overlapping things, like how I could have a daughter but not have a daughter. You know what I mean?
She's yours.
I know.
You know she's pissed.
Yeah, we kind of dunked on her pretty hard last time, didn't we?
Yeah. She's coming for you, bud.
Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to feel. Like, am I supposed to feel like empathy? Am I supposed to think like is?
I can't tell you how to feel. I just know it's a strange situation, and I'm really interested to see how it pans out.
Huh.
So, are our official questions limited to 3?
She nods her head. Once you start asking the questions, we'll start going through the fucking ceremony, I guess.
Do you want to do it?
There are many things that would aid us on our quest.
Do you want to like do anything before we like start the whole thing? You want like a cigarette or something, or like you want anything you want to just do?
She kind of smiles and laughs. She goes, "No, I'm okay."
Okay.
To be honest, time's a little bit short, unfortunately. There's something else that's going on. I think you guys should know that. But you're here. You came here through the official means. So let's make it official. If you want to start, we can start.
We should start.
Sure.
She What? What are you laughing at?
I was gonna say Quincy takes his pants off.
Look, I've seen it. I'm not that impressed.
Oh no, I was. I thought.
No, you don't have to be. You don't have to be naked, please.
Oh, okay.
I've seen
Thanks.
it before. Just your buffalo is a little bit more impressive. That's all I'm saying.
Thank God.
There's no naked. You just fucking ask a question and we'll start.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
T-Money?
Yes. The questions that we've agreed upon,
Okay. First, are you asking all the questions?
I can, if that's what works for everyone.
That's fun.
Well, if different people are gonna answer, I need you to ask the question, and it will be directed towards you. Okay.
I see.
Should we, like, all ask different questions? Is this, like, a risk assessment thing? Like, is Terrence definitely gonna, like, die if he asks all 3 questions?
I mean, Gloria told you about Terry and the turtle bearer, right? Poor bastard.
Yeah.
She mentioned it. How about I ask the third question?
Man, I don't know. Are you sure?
You guys see the group me thing I sent?
Yeah.
The questions, yeah. I was thinking me, Quincy, and Terrence. Because we do magic-y shit. But maybe you'd be better at it because you don't do that.
Oh, like you'll be more apt to, I don't know, view the whole answer?
I don't know. That's fine. Sure. I'll do the second one if nobody else wants to.
Okay.
Luna, the aspect. Her name's Luna. The aspect of Selune begins taking her apron off. She kind of throws it beyond the pool. She unbuttons a couple of buttons. She goes, "Oh, I gotta let those babies breathe. This can get rough sometimes." Okay, we're gonna do it. Let's do it. She's like stretching and like cracking her knuckles.
I'll propose the first question. Ballstar the second. Alan Greenspan the third.
All right, let's do this. She stands. She has like her hands, palms down to the starlight, bare feet, calves. Like her dress is rolled up. She's got her eyes closed. She goes, "Ask your first question."
What is the current state of Primus, the Modrons, and the coming alignment of heavenly bodies, along with implications for the Warforged War of Aggression in Eberron?
Okay. She begins to the moonlight pool, like of pure starlight, turns from like a bright white, begins to dim as you see her kind of raise out of the water a little bit, the dress kind of like flapping beneath her hands that were like at water level just kind of like fall to her sides, and she just like flows up at a little bit of an angle. Her eyes open up completely white with a distant stare, and she says in the like the voice of like 1,000 voices. She says, "Primus, a great gear has gone missing from the multiverse. The control that once governed the great wheels has gone errant. Mistakes are being made, rules are being broken, and the forces are misaligned. Wars are being fought where peace should reign, deals being struck that should not be made, the errant convergence of the planes, chaos where order should be maintained. Law has become sick. and the malady has begun to spread. Even here, the infinite staircase has begun to rot in places close to the central wheels. Things never seen before are crawling from the sludge and making a mark across the doorways. Things are moving in directions unforeseen and unpredictable. Someone is pulling strings. Something is arranging game pieces and is yet to announce the rules. If Primus is not dead, then his laws are. If a being so defined by his behavior has ruined the order he himself has created, then he might as well be. Terrence, roll an intelligence saving throw.
You got an okay intelligence.
What'd you
What
get?
is it?
20.
Zero.
I have
20.
a -1, so we're in this together.
You get all this.
Did you have Indomitable then?
Oh yeah.
And Lucky.
The implications of the Warforged aggression on the material plane. Lord of Blades seeks to ascend to godhood. His patron, Primus. If Primus is dead, something else is promising something to him. The implications, she puts an image in your head, and you just see like the country or the continent of Corvair, and it's just completely overrun. Warforged flatheads, and instead of a carpet of dirt or grass or stone, there's a carpet of small, writhing, insect-like beings clawing over each other like a sea. You cannot see any ground. Things being devoured by them and covering the continent. Millions, billions, trillions, gazillions. Not a single shred of ground is visible, as they're all covered by these writhing mechanical beings. That's the implications. If the Lord of Blades rises to godhood, then whatever Primus is at this point will have direct control and influence over your home.
That's bad.
She stays, no emotion, eyes still blank, still floating. The second question, she says in a million different voices.
How do we destroy or deactivate the creation forges and the source of the Warforges' power?
The source of the human-made creation forges. Channel basic energies that flow between different planes. The key to this is their makers. The key to this is a bloodline. The key to this, and she looks at Quincy and his kin. Lord of Blades currently in his possession has one of the bloodline and has warped, mutated, tortured beyond insanity to make his creation forges work. He still has the blood, but he's no longer a dwarf. If you can stop the blood supply so he can control these, the creation forges will go inert. But as long as any blood of Quincy's remains, there is still hope for him to still maintain control. Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Uh, 10. No, 9.
You're okay.
That's a 9, sorry.
A 9 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Ruh-roh.
Ballstar, would you please roll a D100 for me?
Uh, 56.
56. You begin babbling, and everything that you hear is garbled because you just keep talking to yourself or talking to someone else. Nobody really knows. You are incapable of speech. Or any sort of spellcasting that involves speech.
Oof.
Oh, that's not good.
Was that a feeble mind?
No, it's on a chart.
Okay.
You can see her expression grow to concern as she kind of looks with pupilless eyes at Ballstar. And she turns, she goes, the third question.
What strategy will lend us the best chance of ending Quesnef the Rakshasa, including his true name?
There's a pause. Ballstar just like sits down in the moonlight and just begins rocking back and forth and just like fucking talking to himself. Everybody kind of looks at Ballstar. There's a pause. She says, the true name of the demon Rakshasa known as Quesnef is Nancy Littlebottom. The best strategy... I had to, because he sucks. The best strategy to defeat Quesnef is to stop his machinations in Lower Sharn with the drugs that he is slowly turning people into demons. Those that he transforms, their souls are forfeit to him. The more souls that are forfeit to Quincy, the more powerful he becomes. It is already midway through. The disease has spread. If you kill Quesnef once here, a second time in the 9 hells, then the curse will be lifted and the souls will be free. Those he has killed will remain dead, but their souls will not be bound to him any longer.
Got it.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
11.
You're okay? She stops where she is. You see her actually have there's a moment where she does a very concerned gasp of like pain, almost. She sits back down in the water and she kind of clutches her stomach. She falls back down, just sits. Her eyes kind of go back to normal, and she just has this real sad look on her face. She goes, I'm so sorry, Ballstar. I'm sorry, she says to everybody else.
Can I roll like a medicine check or something?
Yeah, you can roll a medicine check.
Uh, 19.
Ballstar is babbling to himself, eyes crazed, pleading for help almost. But nothing physical is wrong with him. She goes, I'm afraid that's all the time we have. She stands up, like pushing herself, and those eyes and that face that always had this little bit of a mischievous bent to them, the eyes are piercing blue that just like a little bit like Trixie, there's always a smile hidden behind, just goes stone fucking cold. Her eyes look distantly and very sorrowfully at the stars that are streaking above. She looks down at the pool at her feet and she says, There's a lot of things I can tell you about. Many things each of Selune's forms can predict, overcome, and control. But like I said, things are broken. Hidden even from her, as she points back to the statue. I've seen what's to come next. And I didn't know until it was too late. It's important for you to know that. I didn't know. Please forgive me in this. I've failed you. I can't exist outside of this place. I am it. It is me, and I must protect what I can. Her face looks up, steely, eyes furrowed, just this intense glare. She says, they're coming. All of a sudden, you see the moon is blocked out almost completely by the silhouettes of flying snake creatures that are inhabited by the place. She says one more thing as she looks up. The call has been made. They're here. Run.
I grab Ballstar and start.
You see her just completely dissolve into like different modes of light.
Runs
Can't
upstairs.
run.
Okay. Give me one second. I need to go back.
Yep.
Could use my ring, but I thought of it too late.
Yeah.
Whoa. When you still have had to roll?
It only goes back 5 seconds.
Yeah, but you're saying just roll.
Yeah, he would
again?
have to. It would be a re-roll basically for him.
It'd be like that sometimes.
You're the worst person for that to happen to because I don't have greater restoration.
10 minus 1, baby.
You didn't have the protection ring.
You guys turn and
You
run.
didn't have the protection ring equipped.
You see all of the. Let me change my music really quick. Far too happy. I need something intense. Okay. You guys look up as Luna just dissipates into motes of light. You can see she begins to, like, all the motes of light swell and condense into a form that is impossibly large and kind of difficult to comprehend, just the actual form of it. As she begins to dash and run, you can see all of these flying serpent forms just descend, and more forms coming from other sides of the tower. These weird, strange, buzzing shapes. You hear sounds of battle way, way up above as you guys run through the gardens. You guys just begin fucking bolting. You actually begin to hear beyond your peripherals in the gardens itself just these large, like, insectoid, like, wings.
Do I still recognize my party? Like, would I let...
Yeah, you do.
I would like Quincy.
You're just incapable of speech.
Okay. So I let Quincy do all the stuff he's doing? No issues?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can still shapeshift, because you don't need to do a verbal for it.
Okay. Are my mental faculties there, or...
They are, but...
No speech?
You just can't talk.
Okay.
As you guys are running through the gardens, you begin to see, like, you go through that zoo, all of the animals are going fucking crazy. As a matter of fact, you see that polar bear dog. It's covered in these small beings that are climbing all over it. You can see it just... It runs out of its habitat and begins rubbing itself on some trees nearby, trying to get rid of all of these things that are swarming it. You begin to see little tiny things on the ground in the path. As you're running, even every once in a while you hear like a little sharp crack as you step on one.
Don't stop, right? Keep heading for the stairs?
Yeah, sure. Somebody roll a perception check.
16.
The tiny little thing you just stepped on that gave a sharp crack, you take a look back, and it's a perfect cube.
Oh, no.
Tiny little wings. One single eyeball that's just completely disassembled. It's just holding this tiny little spear. It's a fucking Modron.
Oh, Lord.
With a spear.
And as you kind of look up in the night sky, behind you, the battle's fucking raging. But you can just see the sky beginning to... just covered in these things. All different shapes. All different sizes.
Still booking it.
You guys run. Finally, you reach the side where you found the arches. You guys find the arches, and you know that the stairs are near here. As you just begin running that direction. That lookout that looks out to the silent sea, to oblivion, is just the giant moon. All of a sudden, in front of the moon, you see this tear in time and space just rip open. 1,000, 100 miles away, it's hard to tell. But the rip looks gigantic. And out of that rip is another gigantic tidal wave of these swarming things that just spew into the sea. Trillions of them. It's larger than the seascape itself, just completely covering.
Chipoy could have plane shifted you all out of here. Not anymore.
Alright, well, nothing we can do. Just keep going.
All right, as you guys run down the spiral staircase, up, shooting up out of the tower, out of the central part, you just see shape after shape. More of these things, thousands of them, erupting out of the staircase up above, just before you guys get down the stairs. You guys are skirting the wall. Every once in a while, some tiny ones hit you, but you do see ones that are your size, bigger, some maybe 20 feet tall, leading these other tiny ones, just shooting up. As you guys, you definitely see a few. I don't think you have to roll anything, because these range from, like, so minuscule to so fucking large. You can just, like, kick a few, swat a few ahead. You manage, it takes, again, probably going down a little bit shorter, maybe 30 minutes. But the stairs are covered in these things. You draw your swords, cut with a few ones down that you can, but you just, there's no way to make a dent in these things. Finally, you exit into the complex, and you can see dozens of these serpent creatures fighting and covered in swarms of these Modrons. Fucking everywhere. Covering every inch.
Jesus. Terrence, what are we doing?
Can I, like, perception check? Is there any way out of here?
Yeah, sure.
28.
You seem to remember that this is where to go. You do find a corridor that is better protected. It seems that there's a lot more of these serpent creatures there. And they're all fighting. They have these, like, strange devices that are spewing that starlight all over these things, and they're just burning and melting, but they're being overrun pretty quickly. You manage to run. Some of them are, like, guiding you this way as you guys are, like, running. They're just crawling all over the walls. Finally, you kind of remember which direction you're going. Eventually, you reach a barricade of these serpent creatures that are trying to hold these Modrons off. In front of them there's two 20-sided beings with 20 legs on each side. There's eyes on each one of the faces, arms on each one of the faces, each holding a different weapon, wings on each one of the corners. These strange, like, fucking shapes that are just, like, firing beams out different directions, just... And they're trying to hit against this barricade. You guys make your way, flying up. You hear, "Hey! Come on!" It's Gloria.
Sprinting that way.
Yeah, follow her.
She flies up. She gets behind you, and she throws up this huge shield that throws up a big energy barrier as you see two of those 20-sided things throwing beams every direction. She goes, "Go, go, 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 go! Go back to the forest!"
Booking it.
As you guys look back, you see she's holding up her shield as much as possible. The shield fucking breaks as, like, there's 10 different beams. You see Gloria just scream out in agony as the beams just cut her into different slices.
Jesus. Not Gloria.
Running. Finally, you make it to the town, and you can see in front of the infinite staircase, that's where most of these things are coming out of, streaming out of the doors that have now been, the huge 30-foot doors that are made of iron, have been just bent out, and these things are streaming out of the infinite staircase. There are a series of Eladrin. There's probably, like, 40 of these things. These, like, elven things that are holding up this shield, trying to keep things inside of the infinite staircase as you guys enter that place where Selune's smile was. You see this huge energy barrier, but it's like bulging in places. They're all screaming at each other. You see other of these flying creatures, these like attendants trying. All of a sudden, the bubble bursts as you guys are in this square. All of a sudden, motes of light completely form into a gigantic figure of Selune. Selune puts her hands up to the doors and contains everything she can. This huge, glowing, godlike being trying to contain it. It's really hard to see the exact shape of it. It's just this glowing fucking giant presence. You see the whole staircase fill with light, like just spewing out of every single one of the windows as you see every part of the mortar just explode as she just kills the infinite staircase. It's not falling towards you. A little bit of the debris is falling in your way as you're making your way out, but this giant structure behind you has just been detonated by Selune. You guys make for the forest and keep running. There's more Mordrons, but they're insignificant from what you can see. They're just swatting them away or picking them off of you, trying to like stab at your cheek with a toothpick. Finally, you get to the concentric rings that brought you here. You hear more explosions, and you can still see Selune through all of the trees, towering over everything. Just exploding building after building, trying to get rid of these things.
Hurry up and touch the pedestal.
Hit it. Everybody gets in the main ring. Boom! All the rings begin to... All of a sudden, everything's black. Everything flashes. All of the strange feeling of being transported another way, the strange feeling down your spine, every hair standing on end. Electric bolts just cackle along the room that you're in. All of the rings eventually stop. The largest one going the slowest into the floor, and there is a door in front of you.
Holy shit.
Whew.
That was fucking great.
Did we recognize it, or are we back in the...
Boys, we are fucked.
That seems to be the same stonework and the same lighting as the trials.
So what do you think? Do we get back and see if Usador has snapped out of it?
Abba baby, Hanma boogie, Ingrid Walla.
I guess. I mean, where did we leave him? Back in
At the villa, I think.
yeah. Terrence, can you get us there?
Well, we wouldn't want to leave the Fang.
Oh right, we had that take that mountain path.
We should just start traveling back, and I can message ahead to anyone who we think we need to communicate with.
Hanma boogie gets a rebound.
Okay. Yeah, I would message right away and see if Usador has snapped out of it.
I'll message Chunt.
Okay.
Hey, baby! How's Usador doing?
Hey, baby. Still unresponsive. I found some I found some kind of disturbing stuff in one of his diaries about reading through it. I think Usador did this to himself.
What's that last part?
I think Usador did this to himself.
Well, I can't do it.
We are on our way back. Who else needs to be messaged? Do we have a contact in Trollenberg?
Trollenport? I don't think so. I mean, you have to try number it. Supposedly Hawkwood was still there, but you haven't talked to Hawkwood in a minute.
Okay. Yeah. Boy.
Don't we have a way to get a wish somehow?
Yeah, from the Dragonwood.
If Bossar doesn't go crazy,
Oh.
which he's already crazy.
Gom Jabbar's in a jar of bugs. This will be fun.
Where can we take him to get a greater restoration?
It'd have to be some city with some high priest or something.
So this is weird. I'm attuned to this like tongues amulet that lets me understand everything but express nothing.
Oh, can't we just like build him a whiteboard?
Who says I can write?
I thought you had your faculties.
Yeah.
I give him a piece of coal and I tell him, draw something, say something, write it on the wall.
What do you write?
I just write oops.
Do I recognize it?
Yeah. He says oops.
Okay. We don't have a, I don't remember. Do we have a magic item that gives you prestidigitation?
No.
Now we had a few little trinkets that gave you some fun cantrips.
Well, should we make our way out of the cave and down the mountain?
Yeah, at least we get to the Fang and start moving.
Oof, no pass without trace.
Nope.
Well, what time of day is it?
It is late night.
Maybe we should just make a move for it while it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay. Quincy, do you know anything of the lore of the Thunderbird, whether it's a daytime or a nighttime animal?
The rock?
You can roll a nature check.
Dwayne Johnson?
15.
You already rolled the nature check.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know shit, dude. Those things are massive.
The last time we saw it was during the day.
It wasn't it, it was them. You saw at least 4 different rocks.
I think we're too small for them to bother with. I think it's the orcs we gotta worry about.
Yeah, Chris.
Or the giants.
Yes, you might be right. Well, in any case, we need to get back out into the open.
Well, let's go.
Hit the trail.
You guys touch the door. The door opens up. The first door that you entered into the dungeon opens up, and you are in that cavern where you saw the rope in the pit. The rope is no longer there, and the pit is closed.
Okay. Yeah.
Exit the cave.
Exit.
You exit the cave. You're buffeted by high, cold winds. Over to the left, you can just barely see in the moonlight the smog that kind of roils in this crater valley of the mountains. As you look up at the moon, you can see the moon begin to very slowly fade away, casting everything into complete darkness.
Oh.
Shit.
The night is dark and full of burgers.
I don't think that's good news for Selune. Can I look at the amulet of Selune that I...
Yeah, you got that ridiculous amulet.
Yeah.
You guys identified it, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Is it still... okay? I don't know.
Yeah, the amulet itself hasn't changed.
Okay. Be right back.
This may prove to be an advantage.
What do you mean, the darkness?
The darkness and the fog. Those thunderbirds aren't likely to bother with us in these conditions.
Well, I also can't see.
Somebody feels two tiny arms grab around their knees.
So we can carry Ballstar. I touch Alan Greenspan and give him dark vision.
Ring.
I can see everything.
Yeah, we should start trekking down the mountain.
Yeah. Let's put Ballstar on Trud.
Okay. I need everybody to roll stealth checks. And is Trud flying or walking?
Whatever's
Walking.
sneakier. I would assume walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay with us.
Whatever manicures.
Trud has a dex of +2, so that's going to be his stealth modifier.
Okay. That's an 8.
12.
21 for Terrence.
We'll wait for Quincy to see what his is.
Alright, his sucks, doesn't it?
Disadvantage.
He has disadvantage.
Disadvantage -1, I think.
Yep.
I could be wrong.
It's a concern. So, John, do you have a stockpile of weird stuff from the liquor store?
I do. I have a whole bunch of discount trash wines that I use for either cooking or gifts for people. I have a whole bunch of... I have like 2 or 3 boxed wines that reps have bought for us to try, and nobody wants to try them because they're Francia. I still have like, I don't know, 11 liters of wine in those boxes that I've never opened. I have a bottle of brown sugar bourbon, which is actually really fucking good. Oddly enough, it's not... I know it's brown sugar bourbon, but it's not really sweet and sticky. It's just like the brown sugar, like, taste without the sweetness. That's really good. I have a 6-pack of Peach Berliner Weiss, which is fucking fantastic, by the way. If you ever get a chance for this stuff, Sweetwater, I think is the name of the brand. The Peace, Love, and Happiness. peach. It's like a peach sour. It's super good.
I would like to propose another poem written by Terrence.
Okay.
Oh, it's been
Wait,
a long
wait till
time.
everybody else is here. Hold on.
All right.
Right, you haven't done that in forever.
Yeah.
This is someone you met at physical therapy?
This is just the wrapper of my chocolate bar.
Oh, nice.
That's good. It sounds like one of those poems that I was doing before.
You guys have any?
It'll be a tribute to the moon going dark. He just had a moment of inspiration and just starts speaking a poem.
Do you guys have any thoughts, concerns, questions, or comments about the D&D thing?
Like what just happened, you mean?
Just about anything, I guess. It's hard to get feedback sometimes.
I really like the mix that we've had. I mean, we've done a lot more like dungeon crawling, and so as a good, I think we've had a really good balance of like building the story and doing narrative stuff, and then just getting some, some fights and puzzles and stuff going. So
you guys all like the dungeon crawly stuff?
I don't want it to be all that we do, but it's.
I think it's a very important part, but I think it just become a slog after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last several sessions have been pretty engaging.
Good. I'm glad.
I dig the mixture.
I'm sorry, what?
I dig the mixture of the puzzles and the fights.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just you get to a point in a dungeon where you're all freaking beat up and you're just, we're gonna die.
That's half the fun.
Yeah.
That I'll let you. I'll part the kimono a little bit on that last dungeon. That last dungeon was all homebrew, and I wanted to do something that was random. So there's a random dungeon creator called Don John that will flesh out all the rooms for it. So with a mixture of fleshing out all the rooms, I found I made all the puzzles and I made like the main mechanics of it. I know it felt really weird, but it was interesting, right?
Yeah, no, it was a good dungeon.
I didn't think
It
it
still
felt.
felt like cohesive. I mean, it was all fucking stupid. Like the room with the pots in it.
Oh, that was weird.
What on the random thing? It just said a room full of 1,000 pots. I thought it just had a table of the stuff that happens when you like.
It was fun.
John, honestly, the only thing that broke the flow of it was when I could like tell you were like reading something. Like this dungeon felt pretty cohesive to me.
Oh, because I did like the dungeon fleshes it out.
Right.
I wrote descriptions for all of the different puzzles and stuff.
Right. That was the only thing that like made me feel like I don't know.
It broke a little bit.
No, I thought it was really good. Like I've been having a lot of fun the past while we've been playing.
Good. Was there? So what was the worst thing you guys have done? What was the biggest slog?
Or like general, like whole campaign? Are we talking?
Yeah, whole campaign.
No,
Because I felt like the Zerg mines were a huge fucking slog.
They didn't bother me, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't mind that part.
Even though I was like, couldn't talk for like half of it and was like limited with stuff I could do.
And blind.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know. That part didn't. The only part I felt, there's just like moments where we felt like kind of like, and maybe it's just because I haven't played much D&D, but it just felt like we have too many options at some points.
That's my fault. Yeah.
I don't.
It's because when I created it, I wanted to make options, so I was like, I'll do a freeform thing, and then just, oh my god.
Yeah.
I've ran into this so many times.
It felt there were certain like I think it's cool how things have developed and like I've like in general, like, I think the game has been really, really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I feel just because it's mostly the way things have happened are simply because of decisions that you guys have made.
Mm-hmm.
right.
And there's missed opportunities.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly what it was.
we didn't take up certain trails, and then we lost 6 months, and a whole lot of things disappeared on us. Which, and you gotta, and it's part of what makes it interesting because then you feel like something's at stake. Like your choices matter.
Here's the thing.
Man.
Here's my only thought, and like, I didn't mean to say it felt too open-ended or anything like that, but it's like I felt like since I talk a lot while we're playing, I felt like certain other character threads never got addressed. So I feel like I like kind of monopolized a bit of the game, and it just felt like there were certain story prompts that we just completely like moved on to something else, which is fine.
Well,
That's what we chose to do.
right. I mean, that's the whole nature of it.
Right.
That's kind of what I wanted to feel like, is that you just like, I wanted to give you guys a whole bunch of options. If you're going to follow that option, go follow it.
Right.
The one thing that we found out later is that we passed up on an opportunity to go to Alan Greenspan's hometown.
Right. That's what I was thinking of too.
And now it's gone. It's destroyed by the Zerg.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what D&D's. Michael, we were talking about. I was asking the question, what was the biggest like slog through all of this? Because it seems you guys really like the dungeon crawling, and you guys kind of like the freeform stuff. I was asking everybody what like the worst part of all of it felt like. Because for me, I feel like my opinion, what you guys felt like the biggest slog was the whole Ice Queen stuff.
With Nab?
That was just
The later part, not the carnival, because the carnival was kind of fun.
kind of was.
Yeah.
to me, it was a little disorienting. I had trouble following it, so I didn't really know like what are the consequences, like which way to go. It was just like it was so like kind of dizzying that I was like, kind of waiting for you to point us in the right direction, which you did. You kind of
Right, yeah. I mean, it should have been a nudge, it should have been a point.
because it was just like we have no idea what's going on or like
Right.
who
It
the
was-
players
it
or
was-
what the consequences.
It was really just a certain set of like set pieces that I wanted to like have. Like I wanted a big worm fight. I wanted you to meet like Queen Mab, the terrible bitch. But what are you guys' opinions on the biggest slots?
I was feeling what you were saying. Like I really like the characters. I like the setting. I really like how they've like done like the Dragonwood, and like the stuff with Radoth is really, really cool. For me, it was just literally remembering like, why do I dislike Queen Mab? Like it was hard to find like motivation, I guess, through some of that stuff.
Sure.
Where it's like the fights were really cool. Like the drama was great. It was just at times it was like, wait, what are we doing?
Yeah. How about everybody else? Any other bad points? Just so I can shape a little bit more, so I know what you guys don't like.
For me, it's just it's tough to. There's so many different threads. And
Yeah, you're fucking telling me.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know. I get lost sometimes.
It's completely of my own making.
Yeah.
So I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I wanna do
That's
this.
fine.
Yeah, it is fine.
And
I
like,
just-
for me,
I think
it's
sometimes we need some help, like remembering where we've come from on some of these things, or like, it's a hard line to walk because obviously you don't want to give away what you're thinking, but then I just have occasionally felt like completely disoriented and like not having nowhere to start, basically. That's
For sure.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Any particularly bad places?
Mike, did you finish your thought, Michael? I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, for me, it's like it's I think most enjoyable when like when we like find what we want to do and then we can start on that path or whatever. But like when we do that and we go on that path, and then like coming back into all the other paths when we're done with that or something.
Right.
It's like it's just hard to like remember everything. Like kind of what
Yeah.
Chris was saying.
For sure. I don't really think that's going to be much of a problem from this point forward because I mean we're entering the end game, right?
Right.
After fucking what? It's been 4 years,
Almost 3.5, I think.
3.5.
Coming up on it.
Yeah.
I'm still excited, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little bit more focused, especially now after that last little bit. You know,
Yeah.
things are happening.
For sure.
So, and yeah, we can all kind of like sense that things are like starting to converge here. If at some point we come to like a conclusion and like have the epic finish, I guess, I mean, I'm sure we'll figure something else out to do, but does anyone have a sense of if we would want to like roll new characters and try to start something new, change things up, or
I've been DMing for so fucking long. I kind of want to be a player if that's
Yeah.
possible. If not, it'd be super fun to like roll a whole new set of characters in the world that you guys have completely affected.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to do both, but dudes, it's been so long since I played. It'd be fun, but we'll get to it, I guess, when we come to that. But
yeah, I mean, you know,
I definitely don't want to stop because I like first of all, I
yeah.
really enjoy talking to you guys every week
Yeah,
because
so-
normally that would never happen.
yeah, it's like a huge part of my week. Like,
Yeah,
I would really missed it if we stopped.
For sure.
yeah, it's like a nice sense of concilio family. I like it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No. that's-
Anyway,
And I'm sure we could draw this end game out to the conclusion. It could take a year to get to that.
we've got a little bit. I've got some stuff in the mixins, which will be fun, but it's definitely. I mean, you guys are. I don't plan on going to level 20 in this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because level 20 is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to go epic levels, which is like level 20 plus stuff.
Right.
I think I want to make the cutoff. We'll make the cutoff at a certain level. I haven't quite made the decision, but
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
Well, at this point, I'm now that we have the Quesnef thread back on the docket, I'm wondering if we have enough firepower to ever complete
Never
that.
beat him. Well, my whole goals for this campaign period was for you guys to establish a world that you guys could fill what was lived in. I wanted you guys to react to your own consequences, and I wanted you guys to build characters that you felt attached to. That was my only 3 goals, period.
I think you hit him.
Well,
pretty
Check,
good.
check, and check, my man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about the story. I mean, I'm not the kind of DM that likes to kill people, obviously. I mean, I give you guys a whole bunch of shit,
Yeah.
but especially, I just want to warn you going to the later levels, there's a lot of things that could happen that are particularly dangerous. So,
Consequences.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like at level 10 when fucking Alan Greenspan is beheaded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's just like one more step beyond that. It's going to get a little bit more ridiculous. But I'm excited. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, we had 2 bad stealth rolls.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
But I
What did
wanted
you
to
get,
have
Michael?
this moment with parents watching
Oh,
go out.
Terrence is going to read a poem.
Okay. Just that Terrence just becomes still and watches the moon fade. In such white robes, heaven's angels used to be. Received by men, thou angel bringst with thee a heaven like Muhammad's paradise, and though ill spirits walk in white, we easily know by these angels from an evil sprite. Those set our hairs, but these our flesh upright. License my roving hands and let them go before, behind, between, above, below. O my newfound land, my kingdom safeliest when with one man manned. My mine of precious stones, my empery, how blessed I am in this discovering thee. To enter in these bonds is to be free. There, where my hand is set, my seal shall be.
That was on a fucking chocolate bar?
Yeah, man. It kind of fits.
Yeah. I thought that was from your poetry book or whatever.
I did too.
Well, I actually skipped one line because it just comes out of nowhere. It actually reminds me a lot of that poetry book. Let's see, which line is it? Yeah, that line where it says before, behind, between, above, below.
Beside
And I actually
preposition.
said, "Oh my America, my newfound land." Where was it coming from? I should have said, "Oh my Selune."
Selune your shorts.
What'd you get for stealth?
2.
Big
All right.
2.
Cool. Let's fuck some rocks up.
Alright, so I need Quincy's stealth check. Okay. You guys are making your way down the zigzagged part to go down deep into the fog and the roiling blackness now that all the light is the stars. Quincy and was it Ballstar? What did Ballstar get?
8.
8. Quincy and Ballstar, I think Trud slips, hits a boulder, and the boulder just tumbles. Quincy's able to grab both of you guys, kind of pull you back so you don't like fall off the cliff. But there's just this like one rock. Rocks on rocks falling that finally hit the bottom of the mountain and just fucking echoes throughout the crater.
Can't stop now.
Let's just get to the Fang.
Keep on the trail.
You guys double timing it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Everybody starts reading. All of a sudden, out of the gaseous, you guys haven't quite reached it. It's probably about 200 feet below you. Out of the center of the gaseous that's sitting at the gas that's sitting in the center of the crater, you see the gas warp and spiral up as you see a huge figure spread its wings among the stars and begin to soar towards you guys.
Jurassic Park freeze.
Everybody freezes.
Well, I perception check. Does it seem like it has spotted us?
Bugs up check.
18.
It is flying towards you. It's hard to see if it has seen you or just heard a commotion.
Okay.
Because it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
And it is way bigger than we are.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the that rock cloak?
I do.
Disguise one.
Yeah, the Hobbit clue.
I don't know if I took it, to be honest.
You did.
It wasn't an attunement item.
No.
Also, quick side note, I think the Library of Biblis was my least favorite dungeon we've ever done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, I felt like there was things in there that we kind of missed. Like I felt bad leaving there because I was like, well, we came for like something epic, and we kind of just left with some like trinkets.
Right. Well, I got it off of DM's Guild because I was looking for a library. I was like, oh, sweet, library. And I was reading through it about the author. The author was a 19-year-old first-time D&D DM.
Oh, wow.
It was very creative, and I thought he did really, really well. But it was his first dungeon, and I don't like dungeons where you kick down a door and something happens.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
You know, every single door was a different encounter.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to feel different, I guess.
The variety was nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It's like, well, it was more like when we were kind of weighing the option to do we go into the volcano and try and rescue people and like this whole ship thing, and like it seemed like that's where the big money is, but the stakes were just too high. Like we probably would have died if we went for it.
Right.
Anyway,
It's cool. It's cool that you made that decision, though. Like that's what makes D&D different than a video game, right?
Yeah.
You can make decisions whenever you want. I think it's kind of cool, but that dungeon wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you see this figure just streaking towards you guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay flat to the ground.
Are there any
What?
I want to lay flat to the ground.
Are there any
Okay.
boulders around?
Hmm?
Are there any like boulders around or anything? Any places to hide?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna set
You just
up.
want to roll another round of stealth checks?
Sure.
Sure. So on that perception, like, how much time do we have? How close is this thing? And how far do we have to go?
That was your perception check?
Well, this is what Terrence needs to know. He's
Oh. You have about 200 feet before you reach the poison gas. This thing is going incredibly fast, although it is very big and it's hard to gauge the distance between the starlight and no noon light coming down.
I rolled 23 stealth.
Okay.
9.
9.
4.
What about Terrence?
17.
Did you roll for Trud?
No. That's good. 21.
Okay. I think Ballstar, still being a little bit weird, just like freezes in the middle. Trud, he's also freezes because he sees like Ballstar freeze. Then you hear him like, and he kind of grabs you lightly by like the hood of your cloak and drags you into a boulder. With those stealth checks, that you see this giant figure. Again, it's about a 90 to 120 foot wingspan of this thing. You feel the breeze kick up dust. It's like, Cirque goes past you guys, zigzags among all of the roots above you. It's still hovering, but doesn't seem to see you right now.
Let's camp out for another couple of minutes.
I go over and I grab Terrence's hand and I just like draw a circle in the dirt and like shrug my shoulders and I point to him.
Point to who?
You.
Teleport?
I nod my head yes.
We need to retrieve the fang.
I just like make a face at him like, you sure that's what you want to do?
gonna say in the earpiece, let's just kill a couple minutes. I think it's too big to worry about us.
Alright, lay low.
Yeah, you guys just kind of freeze. It goes up to the entrance to the temple. You see it air brake and land on that small platform. It barely fits. You can see it stick its beak, because the beak is wide enough to take up that entire hole you guys stepped out of. And it just... You see a whole bunch of dust as it sniffs, and then gets up and begins to circle again. Eventually it comes close in a downward spiral. All the dust flies everywhere. It flies past you, skims the surface of all the gas, breaks, and comes back for another pass.
Crap. Do birds have a sense of smell?
Yes.
Crap.
It's not circling you directly, but it's definitely hovering around that one side of the crater.
Well, what are the votes? Stay put or keep moving? I'm gonna vote we move.
If it spots us, I can try to throw it off with an illusion.
I'd look at Quincy.
How far do we have to go?
200 feet till you reach the gas. From the gas to the bottom of the crater is probably another 400. From the crater to the fang is probably 2,000 feet.
Okay. So half a mile.
So we need to lose this thing.
The fog's pretty thick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's acrid and poisonous.
Yo.
Whatever volcanic gases have come up. You found yourself coughing and hacking whenever you had to breathe a lot of it when you were moving very, very quickly.
The spirit temple?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to just start off with an illusion? Try to throw it off in the opposite direction, and then we can get I don't know. See if we can get away without him noticing.
Well, I just don't want to put it on high alert.
I think we can make it to the fog.
It'll be another stealth check.
Let's try it.
Everybody down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, group stealth.
8.
15.
16.
3.
And what about Trud? Trud's always been the deciding factor.
5.
You see immediately the thing air brake, turn, look, and begin to make its way directly towards you. As it makes its way directly towards you, you hear this X go throughout the crater.
Alright, Terrence is gonna cast a major image.
Okay, what do you have the major image to?
it's gonna be the image of like a baby thunderbird,
Okay.
and it's gonna start right over top of us, and it's gonna like start flying and kind of crash land in the opposite direction that we're moving,
Okay.
and just trying to.
All right. You guys fucking bolt. All of a sudden, baby Thunderbird, the size of a house,
Yeah.
begins to like fly. You see that one come up. It's beginning to air brake, and you see the talons just fucking rise in a grasping formation. You guys fucking run. You see it pick. It sees both things. You guys run. The Thunderbird goes in a different direction, and you see it veer off to the baby Thunderbird and just lock on its claws and dig into the baby Thunderbird as it begins to. It grabs it and just flies off the other direction. You can see the fangs dig into it. Terrence knows this, so he like makes it blood, guts, like digging into it. The rock then drops on the opposite peak. You can see drop the major image of the rock on the rocks. That's a dumb sentence. Thunderbird on the rocks. And the Thunderbird just, like, Quincy makes it explode as it hits a sharp rock. Then you see, as you can see the layer of fog happen. Alan looks back and he sees the center of the fog warp again, and a second rock. This one bigger than this one, than the one that's hunting you. And the one that's coming out is completely white. All feathers, albino. And you can see trailing along all of its feathers, lightning, as it comes out of the fog.
Holy shit. Wow.
This one is much bigger than the first one.
These things are going to be able to
outfang the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys run. You make it into the fog. Disappear. You hear ominous roars. You hear one that's... You hear a second. And every once in a while through the fog, you can just see lightning strike the mountain in sharp bursts.
Well, so that's not great, but I think we can just wait them out. Even if we have to wait a day, they're going to land, and we can just fly away.
How long has made your image last?
10 minutes.
You guys are running. You still can't quite make it to the Fang. Who is leading the party through this thick fog where you cannot see the Fang? Also, everybody needs to make Constitution checks now that you're in the poison fog.
Saving throw or check?
Checks.
10.
So it's not the saving value?
Yeah, Constitution check. Did anybody get below 10?
Yep.
No.
So just Ballstar?
Terrence rolled low.
Okay, did Ballstar fail too?
Yep.
Both of you, not used to this, just begin coughing wildly. It's like having cutting onions in your eyes. It's burning your throat. You all don't start taking poison damage until as many hours as your Constitution modifier, so you still have a long time.
Okay.
However, both Terrence and Ballstar just immediately begin coughing and choking, making a lot of noise, trying to cover it up. but it's involuntary.
Right.
At this point, you know the major image has failed, and you really haven't known what to do with it for the last couple of minutes. So you just kind of leave it as a paste. You don't know if anything is trying to eat it or anything. After about 10 minutes of you being here, you guys start coughing. You hear ruckus. And you hear just more, not lightning, thunder. You begin to see lightning streak across a line, disappearing into the fog.
Well, we should get out of the poison. Press on.
Yes, let's at least try and get into the fang.
You guys going full speed? You gonna stealth?
I like signal someone to tie a rope around me and hold on to it. I'll lead. Like I remember leaving here.
Okay. He's leading. Are you guys going full speed or are you stealthing?
If the illusion's gone, I think we should try to stealth.
Okay, so it's going to be much slower, but I will give you guys advantage on stealth down here.
Alright.
Except for Ballstar and Terrence, who were coughing.
Okay.
That's a 13.
Natural 20.
Yeah, 20.
13.
Why not Trud?
15. He gets advantage. 20.
Nice. Although coughing, you guys managed to like put a cloth around your mouth, just trying not to like the whole time. Moving slowly, and with Ballstar. Ballstar, did you roll a survival check?
Sure.
Try to navigate everybody.
29.
Wow. With Ballstar's acute senses of leading you guys of where you need to go, even though you're moving at very slow speeds, you still manage to make to the fang. The rope ladder hanging down with the fang slightly hovering above the clouds. Stealthily. Every once in a while on the other side of the crater you can hear the thunder and the lightning. But it's far enough away.
Should we lay low before jetting out? Let things die down?
Yeah, and then as soon as we feel like there's a break, then we can just use like a slow stealth mode and try and get out.
So you guys are staying in the fog?
Yeah.
Okay. How long are you staying in the fog?
Well, let's wait like an hour and see if things die down.
Okay. Does anybody have a +1 Constitution modifier?
+2.
2.
Let's see what Trud has. Someday I'm going to roll up stats for Trud. Someday. Oh, Trud is fucking fine. You guys wait an hour. Things seem to die down. You still every once in a while hear the thunder and the lightning, but you do sense a disturbance in the center of all of the cloud as one of the rocks begins to dive deep down, presumably into the ruined gnome city of that was once here before all the poison gas.
Stealth mode away from the center?
All right, everybody climbs up. You go into stealth mode and stealth mode away. It's about a 6-hour journey. Within the first hour, you don't sense any sort of tail or anything, as you guys are keeping a good lookout. You feel pretty safe once you clear all the mountains. You clear all the mountains and finally start seeing all the plain fields of northern Zalargo. Where are you guys headed?
Let's see. We should head toward the nearest big city where we know we can get to a high level temple.
Closest one would be Brightwatch. There's Trollenport, yeah. There's Trollenport, but the last time you were in Trollenport, the Warforged Dragon had begun burning down the library, and your faces were pasted on every street corner.
Yeah. Back to Brightwatch.
Yeah, I guess just Brightwatch.
Brightwatch is a 2-hour journey from the villa, so it's going to be a total of 8 or 9 hours. So as soon as you reach Brightwatch, it is about 10 hours. So it's probably early morning after sunrise, about 8, 7. You guys continue into those eastern mountains where you first saw the Hobgoblin armies crossing Skull Gorge Bridge, heading towards Brightwatch. As best you know. You crest a couple of mountains, as it takes to. And as you expect to see the large tower of Brightwatch and the small temple that I cannot remember his name. Bright Lord
Leonis McCalvin?
Leonis. Yeah, that was it. Bright Lord Leonis. You crest another mountain and you see where Brightwatch would normally be. You see the tower sticking out among a clouds of smoke. The temple still burning embers and flames.
Oh. Yeah, let's keep going and see what's happening.
Okay. You guys kind of circle in the Fang, and you see the tower is still standing, but the temple around it is besieged, or was besieged. It looks like maybe it happened a while ago. Fires no longer still burning in flame, still embering and smoldering. Parts of the temple have collapsed that were been trying to be restored.
Do you see any bodies on the ground?
How low do you swoop?
I guess that's up to turns.
Do we see signs of activity from, I don't know, quarter mile up?
No, you don't see anybody moving around the area.
So go within like 200 feet.
200 feet. You see bodies, definitely, in front of the temple, in the courtyard that was still just rock, but they were beginning to plant things that Leonis was wanting, especially to make for his bakery. You see bodies strewn. A number of medium humanoid bodies just kind of piled up. Actually, you see probably more than 80 bodies just like piled up. On top of those bodies, you see 2 very large bodies, each about 16. One about 12 feet tall, one about 20. Large stone giants.
Oh,
The mother taken a large ballista to the chest. The son piled on top of the mother, his head crushed from a large stone that has been launched from another siege weapon.
They look like Warforged weapons.
No, They look like hobgoblin bodies.
I'll try to message Leonis. I'll ask him if he's alive and well.
You don't get a response.
Oh.
Does it? Do we see signs of like troop movements, like like large paths tread through any grass or anything?
You'll probably have to land to be able to get that kind of like if you're gonna like do some trail work.
Yeah, I say we set it down.
Okay. All right, I take it down within debarkment range.
Okay. Throw down the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
You guys disembark, and you see just mountains of hobgoblin bodies, and you see those two stone giants on top of one another, dead. The temple still smoldering in some flames. The front door knocked wide open into the inner chamber of Bright Lodge.
Okay, I want to look around for, I don't know, well-worn tracks or something.
Yeah, sure. Roll a survival check.
13.
It's hard to miss. Not only do you see a couple hundred footprints of an army leading up here in the mud in the rain, but you see multiple siege implements. One of them lies broken. It looks like the mother had gone up before she had taken a ballista to the chest. She was able to break it into pieces. But whatever killed the son, whatever rock was launched from whatever catapult that broke his head in, has been wheeled off.
Can we tell the make of the broken siege weapon?
With 13, it's hard to tell. Oh. It just looks like a siege weapon. Like it was a ballista, easily. A giant fucking crossbow meant to launch giant arrows into places.
So we knew an army came through here. What direction did they leave when they were finished?
Looks like they left the way they came. You see footprints both coming and going. The temple still stands, although parts of it have collapsed into smoldering ruins. The doors are open.
We go in and just kind of look around.
Quincy does?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go in.
You guys kind of enter the temple that was once being restored. You see all of the pews and the benches broken, piled into one corner and let aflame at one point. Most of it is the source of most of the smoke as it's still smoldering. The altar of Palor, the large statue that was coming out of the wall at one point, the god of sun, the sunlight and healing and everything, has been cleaved. The wings fall broken on each side of Palor, the head lopped off, and crucified on the altar with iron stakes is Bright Lord Leonis, long dead.
Ooh.
You see a chain bolted to the wall, and laying on the back of the altar where Leoness has been crucified is another smaller body of a dwarf with full plate armor.
Not Cletus.
What?
Is it Cletus?
It seems Cletus was left here to starve and watch his lord die.
Cletus Van Dam.
You can see the armor. His currently rotted body is just set in a prayer position at the back of the altar, one hand up, not able quite to reach Leonus.
Well, he's not casting restoration.
Terrence will call out. Are there any survivors?
Your voice echoes empty.
I'm just gonna start doing funeral rites over the bodies.
Okay. Are you familiar with Paylor? I mean, you're kind of familiar with Paylor, I guess, but I'm not gonna have you roll for that. It's dumb. What do you do? Tell me what you do.
Well, there's actually a spell called Ceremony. You perform a special religious ceremony that is infused with magic. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following rites. The funeral rite is you touch one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target can't become undead by any means, short of a wish spell.
Nice. With that spell and your knowledge of Paylor, who's very close to Helm, Paylor's a little bit more on the healing and life side, as Helm's more about true neutral law. You perform the burial rites. It takes you a couple hours, but you have the ingredients here available to you as you go back and scour some of the broken rooms. And you put them on a pyre and you light it aflame and burn both Cletus and the Leoness to ash. As the fire comes up, it's no longer an orange. The entire time it encompasses both Leoness and Cletus. It's a bright, brilliant white with no smoke.
Farewell, friends.
But so this wasn't a goblin town. Do we think goblins invaded?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Well, remember, Warden was leading an army of hobgoblins. You bombed the bridge to slow their progress, but
Oh, okay. Should we try and locate them from the air?
Well, the fires are still burning, so we can probably find where they are.
Even if we find them, what are we gonna do?
And just kind of mark their movement, I guess. And we should probably get in touch with the Triumvirate, maybe.
Yeah, if they're still alive. Yeah, I mean, we gotta find some way to get Polestar cured.
So none of us are able to cast it.
Nope.
Guess what? Oh, yeah, no. To restore him, no. Yeah, I think probably on the ride, Terrence would have messaged just a quick warning strategy update to the higher ups that we've met, like Van Zant
Okay.
and Triumvirate.
You don't know the identities of the Triumvirate. That was the whole point, is that they wore masks.
Okay. The
Well, first tell me what you sent to Van Zandt.
yeah. It would just be brief. It would be like Lord of Blades allied with allied with Primus, is actively invading other realms. Our world is threatened. This is bigger than our own little war in Breland.
You get a message back that just says, fuck.
Yeah, and including can be stopped. Source of power is this bloodline, Quincy's bloodline.
We've currently moved into defensive position around Sharn. McConus' position has been sighted moving south from Rote.
Okay, and that same gist would be to, the giant leader.
The stone giant leader?
Yeah, the stone giant.
What do you message him?
I mean, similar lines. Our world threatened. We'll need help to stop machines from killing you and everyone.
You get a message back that says, we will fight. Where do you want us to go?
Just tell him we'll give further instruction after consulting with generals.
Anybody else?
No, who else is? I'll relay to the triumvirate through our the little gnome with the Hawaiian shirt and sandals who was spying on us the whole time.
He never gave you a name. Hawkwood's the closest person to the triumvirate that you know of.
Okay. Yeah, Hawkwood. Do we have any other kind of higher up contacts?
Well, what do you say to Hawkwood?
Same thing that I sent to Van Zant.
Hawkwood comes back. Trillenport's compromised. Library burned. Where's your vineyard again?
He's asking us.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hawkwood is asking. Hawkwood has answered me, and he's asking where our chateau is.
Don't tell him.
Since Bartleby is compromised, I have concerns. I'll message him back. I'll say, Bartleby compromised. How do I know you're still with us? Must meet in a neutral place.
There's a pause. there's like a 10 minutes of just the silence. Finally, you get back. Ran in with Warforged agent Duchess. Tried to kill me. I think I did some damage. Where in Zalargo can we meet?
And I'll ask him.
The Howling Peaks.
I'll ask him. I'll tell him, Bright Watch destroyed. Need restoration temple. Please advise.
Have a few refugees. You pick a place we can meet. Might be able to help.
All right. Where do we want to meet? Any suggestions?
Cliffstone Keep near Rote.
Well, we are in Zalargo, and we want to probably keep it somewhat. So Trollenport was So which city was Zollenberg was compromised, right?
Yeah.
Zollenberg was compromised. Are our chateau north or south of those Howling Peaks? Because they're kind of like. Do they even know if our chateau is north or south of the Howling Peaks?
Don't know.
No, I'm not sure where it is.
Because there's two other major cities. There's Korenberg and Trollenport. I don't think we've ever been to Korenberg.
Yeah.
Warm in here. Michael, you're not gonna forget me in the morning, right? I gotta drive you to work. No. Okay. Joe, can you turn the light up in the dining room when you're done? Hi, Christopher.
Hello.
It's good to see you. Can you see me?
Yep.
Well, you look nice.
Oh, thank you.
All right, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Yeah.
So I think library was in Korenberg, right? That's where the Warforged dragon attacks happened.
I can't remember if it was Korenberg or Zollenberg. But it was not Trollenport. You know that.
I don't know why these three names merged together.
Yeah. So, I mean, we know we're in those Seawall Mountains right now. That's where the temple is. John, so the question is, can you orient us where our chateau is in Zalargo in comparison to those Howling Peaks?
Yeah. Howling Peaks, you are pretty far west. You're kind of like in the heartland of Zalargo. The Howling Peaks, where Bright Watch is to the far east. It is in view of Skelgore's Bridge and the Dam of Kings, which is the dam with all of the Mount Rushmore, where you guys came out of the Zerg mines. Where you guys just came from was super northwest, bordering the Mournland or Thrain, one of those. But the chateau is smack dab in the heartland, in the middle of rolling hills.
Alright. I've got the map up,
Okay.
and I'm looking at. So the Bright Watch was in the Seawall Mountains, right? The ones that were bordering Dargoon from Zalargo.
Yeah, let me pull up the map real quick. Hold on. Stupid map. Okay. Why can't I zoom in? Look.
Because the Howling Peaks are like right in the middle of Zalargo.
Pull up a map, I can actually see stuff. Why can't I zoom in? Dumb.
Or I guess kind of in the north.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't zoom in on this fucking map.
Let's see here.
I want open link or an open image. There we go. All right. So I said Trollenport was compromised. That's my bad. I meant Zolenberg.
Yeah.
Which was the one with the library in it. The Seawall Mountains is where Bright Watch is.
Yes.
Your chateau is closer to. It's like in between Quesk and Dragon Roost, south of the Howling Peaks.
Okay. So there's a town outside of Zolenberg at Tarandro.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can try and meet up there.
Is that where you want to make the meeting place?
I don't see why not.
Well, the other thought was whatever place had the library that got burned.
Yeah, that was Zolenberg.
Yeah, and we think that's where Hawkwood is kind of coming from.
Oh yeah, I don't care. That close by town seems fine.
What?
You were saying Tarandro?
Yeah.
Seems fine.
All right.
So what's the message you send to Hawkwood?
How quickly can you get to Tarandro?
Currently in Trollenport,
Oh.
being protected by the glittering thieves. Any way we can meet there. Also, I found information on Lucan.
Okay. Trollenport would not be a bad place to go. I think we should just do that. And we can probably travel a lot faster than Hawkwood can.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll message him back and say we'll be there within 24 hours.
Okay. You guys depart from Brightwatch and do anything else?
Okay. Were there any other like who else have we kind of recruited to like enlisted to help?
Well, if we can get the voice back, doesn't Ballstar have some tie to the Zerg Hive?
We got the Zerg. We've got Queen Mab owes us a favor.
You have the pendant that shows that she owes you a favor, yeah. Winter's Promise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We've
We've got
got the
the
Bear Cavalry.
Vincent.
we've got Breland's forces.
We had
We don't
Gloria,
have
but
you don't have any contract or contact to the Trenumvirate anymore.
But you do have Stone Giants.
Stone Giants.
that's pretty much it. Unless we kill,
And if you can
if
kill
we kill Quesnev.
Klesnev, that's 5 with the Fey Lords.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think we've pretty much updated everybody that we need to.
Also, I mean, if you can get in contact with other
Dark Lanterns.
Dark Lanterns, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Butterfly Log.
You have the names, but you don't know their current locations.
Mm-hmm. Can anyone scry besides Ballstar?
No, Doug.
Can a wizard scry? What level spell is that?
It's 5th.
5th. I think wizards have it. Yeah, I do. Okay.
Scrying are very cool.
Were there any? Who are the other like main Dark Lanterns that we've interacted with?
What about the homeless dude?
I guess you have his code name. You have his intel too. The guy that you guys beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was Lucan's sister?
I think she did.
Thessia? Did you guys not kill her?
Can't remember what happened to her.
Didn't Lucan kill her?
I thought she did.
Yeah, I think Lucan may have killed her. Because she wanted Lucan to be free of the vampire curse, but he killed her?
Pretty sure they killed her, yeah.
I think that there was like one other thread.
Was Victor Saint Domain?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was independent. He was House Madani. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's all I can think of, I guess. I can. Well, I mean, I might as well try and scry on Lucan, or I've got 2 5th level spells. I could try scrying. And then try and contact him.
We also try to scry on Quesnev, now that you know his true name.
Will he know if I try to scry him?
There's a chance he'll know. But because you have his true name, there is no chance of failure of scrying on him. It's just whether he knows or not.
Do we want to know that right now?
I'm just saying it's an option.
I was thinking to try and.
Wait, it's an option to ally with Quesnev? Is that what you're saying?
No. To
Oh.
just,
Yeah, do we want to like take that on right now, or do we want to kind of follow up and see what's happening with Dark Lanterns?
I think we need Ballstar first.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I kind of want to check in with as many of the Dark Lanterns as we can contact, and then try and.
You have a whole bunch of different code names for the Dark Lanterns, and their real names, I guess.
Yeah, we have the whole book, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Little
Yeah.
black book.
So I think I can. Let's see. Yeah, I can scry 2 of them and contact them.
I know I gave you a list of different code names. Do you happen to have that handy?
Well, you told us that we had one, but I don't remember actually seeing a name, like a list of names.
Okay. Next session, I will make sure to. Okay. So I'll give you a list. I will give you a list next session.
All right. What if I? Who's the one we have the deal with for the moon, for the lunar wine?
Oh, that's Dosk. That is a gang in Lower Sharn that made of monstrous humanoids.
Yeah. I will message that queen.
The Medusa?
Yes.
What do you say?
I'll say the project is on schedule. However, there's a great threat to all of Corvair, you and yours included. Warforged may become far more powerful than can be contained by current military efforts.
Okay. You get a message back from the person from Dosk. It's just one word. Proof? Question mark.
I'll say
Moon disappeared.
they shut down the moon, and they're coming for us next.
Okay. You get a message back saying Sharn, look for the Red Rivet Tavern, Lower Tavix Landing.
Okay. Someone write that down.
And that's Siva who you were messaging?
Yeah.
The Red what landing?
The Red Rivet Tavern, Lower Tavix Landing.
Okay. I'll say en route to Trolling Port to summon more aid. We'll notify you when we can get to Sharn.
Okay. BRB lol.
Anything else?
I'll just say source of their power can be stopped. We do have a chance.
I don't think you get a response back.
All right.
So what are you guys thinking? What do you guys want to do from here?
Well, I was thinking try to scry Lucan, and if we can contact him, kind of verify ahead of time his status before we meet Hawkwood to just make sure that Hawkwood's legit.
Okay, you want to do that now?
Sure.
I gotta get to
Let me look
bed.
up scrying really quick.
Yeah, I think me and Joe might be
Yeah,
ready to
I think
call
this scrying might be the last bit that we do. Just
Alright.
give me 2 minutes.
it. Sure.
Okay, so he has to roll a wisdom saving throw against your wisdom. So you perform scrying on Lucan Stellos, the vampire turned, or the Dark Lantern agent turned vampire, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He rolls a wisdom saving throw. You sit down amid the burning ruins of Brightwatch, and you concentrate because you know Lucan. You have a pretty good feeling about it. Your vision clouds over. It all of a sudden your vision sees a coastline 30,000 feet up. It snaps forward towards the coastline, snaps forward again, snaps forward into another place. You feel dark, cold, salty water. The vision snaps down beneath the water. The foam above, roiling seas as the thunderstorm rages up above. Beneath the waters, you see a stone chest about 6 feet long, chained on the outside with a series of significant iron locks. Your vision snaps again. You see Lucan's face in the darkness, eyes wide, able to perceive a stake through his heart. Still alive, just inert.
Okay. And do I know where he is? Like the location of this chest?
You see a coastline. Specific location, it's really hard for you to tell. Because the vision snaps so quickly.
Yeah.
You snapped back. You know Lucan's inert, alive, and chained and staked at the bottom of the sea.
Okay. I will message him, assuming that he can't answer back. Or maybe he can. Yeah, I'll just tell him we'll try to find you ASAP.
Okay. 2 quick vignettes before we end.
Yep.
The first, Lucan, the bottom of the sea, in a stone coffin chained. For how long, he doesn't know. His eyes only thing able to move. Hands placed around his chest, stake through his heart. He hears the message, and you see his pupils dilate and his eyelids wide as his eyes frantically look around. The second vignette, you see a peaceful, brillish hillside. Trees, one direction. A hill kind of cresting most of the trees. Plains on most of it, but you can see the woods felling into a gentle valley to the side. There's a man in the wilderness. Simple cabin, simple wooden house he's built by himself. He comes outside, an older guy, big beard, long mustache, gone to gray. He's maybe in his early 60s. No wife to speak of, but a warm, gentle hearth behind him in the house that he's built, and a garden where he's been growing things for him to live on. Far from civilization. He's never really been into city life anyway. He comes outside. He looks concerned. He hasn't seen his dog in weeks. The only other thing that he's ever had a connection with for the last 20 years. The dog's old. He knows that. But she always comes home. Tonight, he's going to go look for her. Torch handy, short sword that his grandma gave him on his belt. He goes out into the woods, into the valley. Tracking what he can, he knows all of his dog's favorite places. Finally, he goes beyond the territory he knows very well. Into another field. Beyond the woods, it's really just rolling plains. Just grass. Nearly like a tree to see. It's kind of spooky at night. All you can see is just land rolling like the sea, like he used to sail in his younger days. Scouts for a little bit. Begins to hear on the wind that's flapping his clothes about the sound of yelping. A dog, maybe. He runs towards it, towards a cave built into a hillside of one of these treeless hills. As he approaches the cave, he notices that the grass beneath has begun to brown and sully as the ground beneath has a strange texture, a spongy texture, skin-like. He goes in to try to find his dog, torch ablaze. All that he sees for the rest of his life are two fangs and a scream as the surging Queen Zerg eats him alive. That's it.
Nice.
Excellent.
Sweet.
I think the last person that the parents would want to talk to is Goosefire, but we can pick up that next time.
Yeah, I'll do that next time.
Cut to Ballstar singing the hamster dance.
Just like eyes concerned, like you want to say something, but you just singing the hamster dance.
Come on, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a lovely week.
Good night.
Goddamn, man, that was great.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for spending stupid fantasy time with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Anytime.
Later.
All right,
Have a good one.
Yep.